The gateway of Northern akong kadunggan ang presentation, Sir Mark. May audio. Ang
Philippines, geared towards excellence in education, research, extension, and
Okay ra po. Mamaya. Donggata.
in information technology and centers of development in electrical engineering and mathematics. To enhance the learning experience of the students, UST-PCDL continuously upgrades buildings to ensure an environment conducive for innovative learning, critical thinking, and team building. The brand new 3-story technology building offers new lecture rooms designed to accommodate a large number of students. The new fabrication laboratory provides classrooms and work areas designed to suit the needs of students taking automotive courses. The library offers a wide array of resources from books, journals, online learning materials, and publications to enhance learning. It also offers access to hundreds of open access journals that are useful in conducting research. Undergraduate and graduate students can hold meetings, do small group project presentations, and theses or dissertation defenses at the well-equipped discussion rooms. With its spacious and peaceful venue, conducive for reflection and intellectual introspection, students will surely love to stay at the UST-PCDL Library. UST-PCDL constantly hosts forums and conferences at its spacious theaters. These have been venues for both local and international intellectual discussions, socio-cultural performances, and student activities. The Performing Arts Theater, or PAT, can seat as many as 300 persons. Explore with technology at the College of Technology Building's numerous laboratories. This is where students receive hands-on training on areas such as automation, mechatronics, electrical and electronic circuits. As an innovation university, USTP encourages students, stakeholders, and startups to get their creative juices flowing. The Makerspace offers a venue where innovators and entrepreneurs can meet to collaborate and create. CDO BITES, or CDO Bytes, with USTP and the Philippine Council for Industry, Energy and Emerging Technology, research and development houses startups and budding companies engage in multimedia and ICT-based solutions in our incubator program. It offers office spaces, equipment, mentorship, high-speed internet, and more to our incubatees. The Northern Mindanao Food Innovation Center serves as a technology hub for innovations, research and development, and support services for the food industry in this part of the country. The center offers support, infrastructure, equipment, and expertise to micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises. Computers and multimedia laboratories are housed at the Information Communication and Technology Building. Students have access to several computer labs for programming, designing, and a lot more. State-of-the-art engineering laboratories for mechanical, electrical, and electronics are located at the engineering complex. Hands-on experiments for chemistry, physics, food science technology, and environmental science are conducted at the laboratories located at the science complex. The USTP Career Center guides the students in identifying career opportunities that will match their skills, interests, personality, and values, leading to meaningful and purposeful contributions to the global industry, assuring that USTP graduates are industry fit and ready. The welfare of the students is one of USTP's utmost priority. Students can avail of medical and dental services for free with the in-house doctor and nurses who are ready to assist. USTP-CDO has several ongoing projects to offer students and faculty the best facilities and experience. The sports complex and residences with a running track and soccer field, and the 8-story Faculty Learning Resource Center with study lounges, cafes, galleries, and libraries for teachers are coming soon. This is USTP Cagayan de Oro, the home of the Trailblazers.
Okay, hello, good morning everyone. Magandang buhay. So, we only have 2 teams na lang man po kulang. So we're gonna start. So good morning, so yeah. But before we gonna start, mag-pray muna tayo for good luck yung whole day natin.
Dear God, thank you for the opportunity to meet together. Please help us to come together to make this institution reflect your kingdom. Breathe life into our ideas and decisions. Help us build a team that has love and respect at its heart. Give us the strength to continue working for your kingdom in this time of pandemic. Lord, come give us the inspiration to be the best we can be. May we be a shining example of your goodness and truth within, wherever we are. Inspire our thoughts, discussions, and ideas, and continue to remind us that all that we do here today, all that we accomplish, is for the pursuit of truth for the greater glory of you. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
All right, good morning once again, everyone. So before we start, I would like to introduce myself. I am Mary, and I'll be your moderator for this session. So before we dive in, let's take a moment to acknowledge our guest speaker, Miss Christine Valerie Reyes, who is joining us na siya sa Zoom, which is, I will introduce her later naman. We just want to acknowledge, no? So, a little quick house rules lang po. I know na every session na lang nag-house rules kami, but we want to remind you talaga para po hindi maslep sa inyong mind. So this one, be on time. I like the presence ngayon, no, kasi 9:50 pa lang nag-join na kayo sa Zoom, especially our speaker, and then mga 5 minutes lang tayo nag-wait and then nag-start na rin tayo. So, thank you so much for that, everyone. So make your microphones mute unless you want to speak. If you want to speak or question our speaker, please do use our chat box or use the virtual raising hands, okay? If maslep man sa inyong mind or maybe later gusto nyo mag-Q&A, take note nyo na lang or do na lang sa chat box. So, and the last one is complete attendance. Complete attendance is required to earn the certificate of completion. Especially yun din yung qualification natin for the demo day, which will be happening on April 4. Right, Ma'am Shan? April 4? April 4, yes. So malapit na. How many months to go? So the big day is coming. So yeah, today's session focus on traction and metrics designed to help entrepreneurs and innovators shaping their focus and key metrics that drives business growth and sustainability. So it's my pleasure to introduce to you today's speaker, Miss Christine Valerie Reyes is an experienced, experienced professional with a strong background of business management. She is the co-founder and CEO of Cajero Applications Incorporated, where she focused on creating sales strategies, coaching teams, and analyzing business growth. She also runs Pix Our Food, excuse me, ma'am, if I said it wrong, and beverage trading, handling production development and hiring and marketing. In her previous role, Ms. Valerie worked as a store manager at Electra Enterprise and a key account executive at Asian College, where she gained skills in managing projects, sales, and customer service. She has a bachelor's degree in hospitality management from Asia College and skilled in using tools like Canva and Asana. Miss Valerie is hardworking, sorry, flexible, and passionate about helping business success. So, wala ba tayong palakpakan for Miss Val? Virtual palakpakan naman dyan. Miss Val? Hello po.
Hello, good morning.
Ma'am, the floor is all yours. I would like to remind everyone, if you want to ask questions or something to with Ma'am Val, you may speak our mother that Tagalog language kasi taga Manila po si Ma'am Val.
Kabalo ko, ma'am. Kasabot ko, ma'am. Gamay lang.
Gamay. Ayaw lang,
Yes.
wag lang yung deep na Bisaya siguro para maano si Ma'am Val. So Ma'am Val, the
Yan, I'll do
floor
my
is
best.
all yours. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. Good morning po sa inyong lahat. So, yun siguro isa sa hindi natin we are also part of CDO Bytes cohort previous year, no? So, yeah. I will be sharing with you the traction and metrics, or how are we going to track progress, providing potential, proving our potential. So, first, of course, yun, for my background, yes, I am with the food and beverage industry. So, I do manage the PICSR, food and beverage trading. So, it is much more related in the product that we are doing, or the startup that we are in, the POS. So I will be sharing now with you the traction and metrics, or tracking progress, proving our potential. So first, for a while, I'll just share my screen, ma'am. No? Okay, sige. I'll just... Ayan. Can you see it now?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay po. Sige, ayan. So, introduction to startup traction. So, number one, of course, traction is your proof. So, traction is your proof within regards to how is your startup doing? Where are you in your startup? So, regarding that, of course, we have to check, or we have to understand what is a sustainable traction. So, I'll just minimize this. Can you see it clearly? So, understanding sustainable traction, of course, we have to set our goals. These are long-term goals. So sustainable traction refers to the ability of a startup to consistently grow and maintain its customer base over time. So it involves focusing on long-term goals rather than short-term gains, ensuring the growth is both steady and manageable. So it means that we have to show, or we have to acknowledge, of course, where is our startup going? What is the milestones that we reach? Ano ba talaga yung mga goals natin? So within that, we have to be precise. We have to be more focused, or more straightforward. But before that, how are we going to have, or how are we going to secure traction? First is we have to identify our market. So identifying the target market, this is for us to achieve a sustainable traction. Startups must identify their target market effectively. Understanding customer demographics, preferences, and behaviors allows for tailored marketing strategies. This resonates with potential users and driving engagement and loyalty. So this promotes, or this initially creates that long-term goal, that long-term result. So how are we going to identify our target market? hindi lang sa events natin nakikita ang W's. Dito rin, makikita din natin ang W's. Who, what, when, where, and why. Who are we going to cater? What are their needs? Kailan nila kailangan, when, and where? Sino, saan? Saan natin sila gusto i-cater? Should it be local? Should it be international? Should it be in a certain area? And why? What are we going to provide them? Bakit natin sila tutulungan? What is your purpose? So if there is no 5 W's, labo-labo yung gagawin natin. We are really not going to push forward or to create that certain long-term goal. So with that, we have to identify our market and provide what is their need. What is initially they are looking for. So we also need to understand the market needs. So this is the initial problem. What is their problem? What are we going to provide them? What is the solution? So if we don't identify our market's problem, how are we going to say that this startup that we're doing is feasible? Is this really the solution? So we have to ask ourselves, ito ba yung magbibigay sa akin ng traction? Am I really doing something? Is this relevant? Meron bang problem talaga akong sinusolve? Or this is just my own problem? But the other question is, how many like me ang may problemang ganito that I am now providing the solution? So that is the initial way of how are we going to understand our market. Of course, we have to identify deeply what is the problem that we want to solve. And we have to build a strong value proposition. So a compelling value proposition is crucial for attracting and retaining customers. Startups should clearly communicate how their product or service solves a problem or fulfills a need, differentiating themselves from competitors in the market. So initially, we know already that there are other startups or other companies who provide that certain solution. But what makes us different? Let's ask ourselves, what makes us different? Like a simple photo here, it shows a tree that shows low and high. May this be a pricing, may this be a certain feature, may this be a certain service. What is the difference? Yun. So, is that chat ba? I cannot see the or maybe I will just answer your questions later. So, yun. Going back, so we have to make our service, our product different. So it can stand out. It will give a much more feasible traction, much longer result, much longer long-term goal will be reached. Hindi siya kailangan nila ngayon, tomorrow hindi na nila kailangan. So what really is this service or this product of yours makes or the difference towards to your competitors. So how are we going to penetrate to create the traction? Leveraging digital marketing. Why is this relevant? Number one is there are certain products or startups that can do the traditional marketing, but now we have to adapt to the change where digital marketing is already circulating. So digital marketing, this is a powerful tool for startups to gain traction. Utilizing social media, content marketing, and SEO strategies can significantly enhance visibility, engage potential customers, and drive traffic to their platforms. Saan ba tayo nila makikita? We will also see here, doing these advertisements, SEOs, or blogs, dito natin malalaman, nare-reach ba natin or napupuntahan ba natin yung ating mga gustong bigyan ng solution? This is how are we going to reach our users, our possible customers, or initially touching those leads na sila yung mabibigyan natin ng solution kasi sila na rin yung lalapit sa atin. This is how are we're going to fast track our solution, our traction rather, na sila na mismo yung lalapit sa atin. So this is just few of the tools that you can use. So fostering customer relationship, of course, we've already touched or created our first move regarding reaching our possible customers. But what's after that? So we have to create our relationship. So building strong relationships with customers is essential for sustainable traction. We should prioritize customer feedbacks and engagement because using these informations, this will help us to improve our products and services, and of course, ultimately fostering loyalty and repeat business. This, of course, goes back to the long-term goal, the long-term relationship. Our traction, gusto natin lahat pataas, always yan pataas. Because if not, how are we going to make our startup sustainable? Diba? And initially, that certain long-term that you want na we will be significant and present all throughout these years, providing solution to our customers, we have to secure that within this relationship. We have to start within creating positive relationship and nurturing our customers' relationship. For this, we need to hear our customers. So you can do like surveys. Later, we will also show you on what are the certain metrics na kakailanganan natin for us to do this customer relationship or nurture this relationships. And of course, we have to utilize data. Utilizing data analytics, this also provides valuable insights to customer behavior. Ano na ba yung market trend? We also need to leverage analytic tools like CRMs, like even if it's Excel, but you have to have your data because data is your weapon. Here, you can do your strategies, you can optimize your strategies, you can make informed decision making. Dito magre-rely yung ating projection. Ano ba yung gusto natin in the future? This is where we can see a tangible data, a tangible projection. Because without those certain data, para tayo nanguhula, para tayo nagsusulat sa ere na ito yung gusto kong mangyari. But how is that going to happen? Are we reaching something? We have to base it on something. So data is really important. This will also identify your future opportunities, and this will show you what or where should you grow or how are you going to grow and what should you improve. So all of this data, ito magbibigay or magja-justify with your traction. Without this certain data, your traction is just your imagination. So next, of course, we have to create a scalable business model. So a scalable business model, this is a key to achieve your sustainable traction. Hindi po pwede na mag-stagnant tayo. We should be flexible and we have adaptability. We will provide adaptability. This will ensure that our operations will grow efficiently and of course, without compromising yung ating quality or customer satisfaction. We might mix this or medyo magulo siya. Number one, scalable business model. Ano po ba yun? I will give a certain example. With our startup, we know that Kahiro is in Cagayan de Oro, but we cater nationwide. And how is that possible that we cater our full support within reaching to others? What we created within the business model is we added up distributorship. So those distributors, how scalable can Kahiro be without additional expenses, without putting up offices in all over the Philippines rather? Mayroon kami mga distributors that will support our users the same support that we can give provided nung office because we train them, we give them whatever tools that they need, we provide them support as well. But the support that the customer or our users will experience is the same because there is also a certain representative that won't add cost to the head office. Hindi na yun kailangan, like for example, our support is in Cagayan de Oro. Are they going here to Manila? No, we have a distributor present in Metro Manila that provides that certain support. So it's an A+. It's a win-win situation. We don't compromise the quality of the product or the support, but we didn't spike our cost just because on catering those needs of our customers. So we extended that certain need through the distributors. So we create our support flexible and adaptable. We placed yung mga distributors near to our customers. We also provide those hardware devices are crucial to handle because there are possible like device issues, kung ano man yung need nila, or training. Number one, that needs on-site support, no? So that's why we onboarded distributors to cater those. And of course, these partnerships also puts in or opens up market for Kahiro. So you can also do the same, or it depends on the services or the products within regards to the startup that you created. So there are a lot of ways on how to be sustainable and flexible and adaptable. So we will be checking that later on what are the metrics for you to check on how to be scalable. But we also have that for the activity, I think that they will be providing later. So next, this is the parang in line with the scalability and flexibility that we're talking earlier. This is the networking and partnerships. Sometimes we think that competitors is always within competition. Kaya nga sila competitors eh. But sometimes they can be our partners. They will open up markets or available new markets and share your knowledge and increase credibility. Sometimes this is our startup. We offer certain products and services. Hindi naman pwede na everything, we put in everything, ang mangyayari halo-halo. We have sometimes we don't decline or we don't limit the product because we can't. It's because we want to focus on our target market. Those that within ano yung na-hit ng demographics na sinet natin. Sino ba talaga yung gusto natin i-cater? Sometimes they need more than what you have. So what you going to do? You do partnerships with those who can provide. So they will still be your user, they will still be your customer without letting them go, but you provided what they need without making your product or your services complicated. Because of that certain partnership, it is possible. Not just within the enhancement of the product, but also yung market reach. It will open up yung possible na new community, new market for you to cater or provide your product. And of course, this will also create collaborations and other possible businesses na it will definitely contribute for your startup's growth. So don't be afraid or parang maging aloof ba kayo na hindi, kalaban ko yan. No, sometimes they are the ones who's going to give you who's going to open up new community for you. Number one, syempre parehas kayo ng kinikater na market. Why not share it and expand or continue to growth and contribute to sustainable growth with each other? So yun yung isa that we're trying to have right now, doing this certain events and like those networkings available every quarter, every month, meron yan. Don't be shy, don't be afraid to reach out to everyone because you will certainly share knowledge and possible growth for both of the parties. So, yun. And next, of course, we already know within the feedbacks that we get, what does our users really need? What does our possible users na lang, no? Since sometimes hindi naman agad meron kang paying users or hindi naman yun yung mismong goal mo, but those feedbacks, ano ba dapat? So we have to secure continuous innovation. Updates are important. Number 1, to maintain traction, startup must embrace innovation, regularly updating our products, our services, and processes. This will ensure that we remain relevant in a rapidly changing market and also allowing to meet evolving customer demands. Sometimes yung demand ng customer natin ngayon, mamaya or bukas iba na. It won't really stop. Like for example, with siguro I will be sharing on the personal side or my personal experience. Sometimes they just want the transactions to be paperless. The next time they want also the payments to be cashless. So the following week, we don't know what's next. So we have to be very open. We have to be really observant kung ano man yung pwede natin. If you can do it 10 times ahead, much better. But never be last. No, yung sasabay lang tayo, ano na bang trend ngayon? Be the trend. Be the first to innovate. So, we have to drive ourselves na, ano na ba? Ano na bang meron ngayon? Ano pa bang additional struggles nila? But, of course, we have to be precise. Kaya ba talaga? Pwede ba natin gawin? Ano ba yung magsasacrifice? May matatamaan ba sa certain services and products that I already have? Or I will do partnerships to cater this. That certain innovation, hindi lang naman yung products eh. Meron din yan internal. Your internal processes. Sometimes we have to check. Bakit tayo na-delay? For example, you do demo, so you want to book presentations. Bakit hindi ako nakakabook? My target is 15 per month. Bakit hindi ko nare-reach yung 15 per month? Maybe there's something wrong with my process or it's not wrong. There's something missing lang. There's something lacking. So we have to check on that every time to innovate also the internal process. So with us, what we've tried is we change, we fail fast. We fail fast, we act fast. Paano yun? Hindi siya basta direct failure. There is something lacking, there is something holding us back. Why not change it? Let's try this. Don't be afraid on doing that. Number 1 ang nakakatakot dyan, if it add cost. If it will add cost, then we have to check. We have to check, we have to analyze. Balikan natin yung data na nag-gather natin. Would you really think that this is relevant? Na kunyari, magpalit ako ng platform, mas mahal, mas ganito. Sometimes, it's not the price. Minsan, yung price comes with a brand. But it offers the same. Or maybe na hype or something, yung gagamitin nating platform. But we have to check, yun ba talaga? Or, meron lang talaga, maybe the hours that we cater, hindi lang tugma. So we change the process. Okay, let's ask for presentation to book it like 6 o'clock onwards. Kasi ito tapos na yung mga ibang businesses niyan, hindi na sila busy. Or let's do this like 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock p.m. Usually, yan ang lean hours. Unlike doing calls or reaching out to clients ng 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. kasi wala talagang sasagot sa'yo. Maybe they're traveling, they're already working, or may customers na sila sa store nila, or they're generally busy on that certain hours. So changing those process will give a big impact. You can see if it will work or if not. You have to check your lead time. Yung lead time na yan, kailangan everybody will agree, and it's supported again by data. So every now and then, if you use Excel, no problem. If you use a certain platform, no problem. Better lang if you have automation. But ano na yun eh, next phase na yun eh. You do your thing kung saan yun nakikita na number 1, efficient siya, effective siya, cost efficient siya. Yung cost efficiency, that's how are you going to scale fast. Hindi yung may pumasok tayo ngayon, okay, meron akong revenue ngayon. On board tayo ng ganitong platform. 'Di ba? So, if something works, but you want to twitch it a bit, hindi naman yan masama. If something works also, na parang required talaga na mag-add ka ng additional platform, why not? But you have to justify it and you project your goals. So ano yun? Oh, adapting to market changes. I There. So, okay. And so, nag-change lang siya. So, adapting to market changes. This also continues with this, continuous innovation updates. So, this is on the demand of your users na. So, the ability to adapt to the market change is crucial for sustainable traction because we should remain agile and ready to pivot to the strategies. And of course, this is based on customer feedback. That is what I'm sharing also earlier. And ano ba yung meron na ginagawa ng competitors natin? You also have to do competitors analysis. So competitors analysis, you just have to check on them from time to time. Oh, bakit meron na silang ganun? Bakit meron na silang ganito? But again, if you are the ones who will be innovate earlier than them, then you will just have to check na, parang okay, na-adapt na nila. What's next naman with you? Dapat lagi kayong nauuna. 'Di ba? Or if you don't want naman to be at first, wag lang kayong mahuhuli. But still be relevant. So ito yung isa natin, we have to measure success using the metrics. So we have to track our performances. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina where you can use your data. So how are we going to track our performances? We track our key performance we have to have these key performance indicators. This is vital for assessing traction because, yes, again, it is supported by data and you are the ones who set these goals. Kayo naglagay nito. So, if you didn't meet your goals within regards doon sa ipapakita ng KPIs result, there's something wrong. Kayo na agad ang makakaalam. So, we should define and regularly review metrics such as customer acquisition cost, lifetime value, retention rate, and of course, we gauge the process. Hindi siya po pwede, nahuhulaan na lang natin na, okay, hindi, basta bukas meron tayong 10. Saan ang galing yun, no? Or, kunyari ako yung sales representative mo, would you want me to like just slack off and, basta makaklose tayo ng 5, capable pala siya to do 10. Diba? So, ano yung ilalagay talaga natin? Identifying those KPI is kung ano talaga yung feasible. Let's also hear them out, hear our team out. Ano ba talaga yung pwede nating ilagay as KPIs? But there are also in-depth na mga computation within regards to how are you going to do your KPIs. But at first, syempre, when you're starting, you have to be conservative kung ano ba yung gusto natin. So, paano yon? When doing your goals, you have to be smart. It always should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based. So ano yon? Again, there is the 5 W's. Who are involved? Ano yung gusto mo i-accomplish? When do you want this? Like for example, I have to secure 15 demos per day per each sales representative. Diba? It's specific. I need 15 demos. Demos yung kailangan ko na 15. That's measurable. Achievable ba siya or relevant ba siya? If wala pa talagang previews, then this will be your basis. But it's time-based. Every day, I have to secure 15. Diba? Or is that even relevant or realistic? Diba? Meron din bang kaya ba talaga yun? Kailangan pa ba talaga ng demo? Or hindi na, basta i-send out ko na lang yung mga business proposal ko. Baka bigla namang merong magsabi na, okay, let's meet and I want to avail. Baka ganun ba? Or I want to use your product right away. Yon. So, it always has to be smart. So, if you want to keep this, if you want to, you can, I will be sharing this naman with you. Ayan. Next, what are the traction metrics? So kanina, gusto natin makakreate ng traction, di ba? Gusto natin na magkaroon ng traction yung ating ayan. Okay. So traction metrics are quantifiable measures that indicate startups' progress and market acceptance. They help in assessing whether a business is gaining momentum and can be pivotal in attracting investor stakeholders. Understanding these metrics is vital for strategic planning. So, again, traction should come with the data. So ano yon? Number one, we have to secure the customer acquisition cost. Customer acquisition cost, this measures the cost associated with acquiring a new customer. Number one, ano yon? We do marketing, or you have your sales representative present. Did you join an event or did you pay any sponsorship? Diba? So, yung mga expos, mga ganyan, it also adds up to the cost that you have. So, yan yung mga customer acquisition cost, and then you divide that in ilan na ba yung na-onboard natin, doon siya lalabas yung customer acquisition natin. The lower your customer acquisition, it indicates efficient marketing strategies. It means that we're reaching out to the customers efficiently. Hindi tayo nagsasayang ng pera, hindi tayo gumagastos ng sobra. Ano yon? Dalawa yon. We have what we call sales-led acquisition and a product-led acquisition. Sales-led acquisition is where we do certain sales strategies, sales attachments, or sales engagement. May sales representative na involved. Ano naman yung product-led approach? So, product-led approach in defining acquisition is your product sells itself. Your service sells itself. I-post ko lang yan dyan, may magda-download. Hindi ako kailangan mag-ads, may magda-download, may magbabayad. So there are two important ways on how are you going to acquire customers. There's the sales-led approach and there's the product-led approach. So you choose what you want to do first, or you want to try both, no problem. We just have to check on how are you going to do that efficiently. Siyempre, for example, within regards to product-led approach, what are the requirements of your service for it to be available for product-led approach? So you have to check on that. Like with Kahiro, what we did is we put a click guide inside. So we don't need, parang may explainer na siya sa loob ng application. We don't need someone pa that they have to call, ganyan, na pag-download nila, kailan pa ba silang tawagan, just for them to know how to use it. So that's a product-led approach. But if a certain, like for example, franchising, of course, there's a sales representative involved because there are other requirements that they need that we have to provide them. So meron ng pumapagitna na sales representative. So that's a sample of sales led. And of course, yung ads, because ads has cost as well. Sometimes it may be 500 a day, 1,000 a day, depende sa inyo kung ano yung gusto nyong working budget. And how much would that cost? You have to add that to the customer acquisition cost. So after that, makita nila, makabook sila ng demo sa inyo before sila bibili. So that's another journey, that's another topic to discuss. And here, lifetime value. This is of course important. Lifetime value, this estimates the total revenue of a business can expect from a single customer over their lifetime. Ano yun? How long are they going to stay with you? How long are they going to use your product, your services? So ito, makukuha natin yan in average based on the current data that you're going to have, or based on dun sa mga makukuha ninyong data, magagather ninyo, gaano ba talaga sila katagal? There is a certain, I will provide you additional sheets for the formulas of this. So that certain lifetime value also indicates if you are still relevant doon sa sinusolve ninyong problem. Because if medyo umiikli, you have this, for example, subscription base. Okay, after 1 year. After 1 year, lagi sila nalalaglag. Is the product still relevant, or do they still need your product? Or number one is, if ano bang klase yung product natin? Gusto ba natin mag-onboard sila and matapos talaga sila by 5 years or 1 year? Okay na ba tayo doon? Or up until nandyan yung business nila, nandyan din yung startup ninyo kasama nila. So, you will be the ones going to define, and dapat mag-cross-check kayo, magtali kayo ng user na, okay, ako si user, gusto ko pa talaga mag-stay with your startup kasi kailangan ko talaga siya. Parang hand in hand kami sa pag-optimize ng business namin, parang ganyan. Yun, si customer lifetime value, this is how long your customers would stay with you. So this is initially within regards to the customer retention. So the longer that they stay, the higher your MRR. So punta tayo, the MRR. So the higher the MRR, the longer the higher the traction, the longer the sustainability of your startup. Monthly recurring revenue. The monthly recurring revenue, this is for the subscription-based businesses. So kung retail kayo, that is what we call the repeat business. Makikita nyo rin yan. Like for example, what is my average ba? What is my average repeat business or what is my average na sales? Kung retail man yan or one-time service man siya. But within regards to subscription-based businesses, there is what we call monthly recurring revenue. So, monthly recurring revenue, it's the same. Like, I have a contract now for 1 year. Would you sell solar panels? Would you provide agricultural products that will require them to renew after a year? Are they going to use your platform to sell their agri products? After a year, should I renew? Should I be still in your suppliers list or master list? Magjo-join pa ba ako sa master list niyo? Because I am gaining ng traction as well or gaining customers as well within your product. Your contract would say na okay, for 1 year ito yon. So you just divide it by monthly. Ano ba talaga yung monthly income ko sa user na to, sa customer na to? So that's the same with the monthly recurring revenue. So the business, repeat business model, the repeat business naman na metric natin is how much ba talaga, for example, your retail store, you cannot know if how many times that they're going back doon sa store mo and random yung mga binibili nila. So magkano talaga yung monthly na pumapasok sa akin, that should set your margin. Kapag bumaba doon, okay, sasabihin mo the business is not doing well. But pag tumataas siya ng tumataas, then it's a good sign that you're keeping with your traction, you're keeping up with the scalability of your business. So conversion rate, ano naman ito? Like for example, di ba, we are reaching out to the market. Number one is, mayroon tayong tinatawag na leads. Yung leads is, maybe they're interested, maybe they're not, or maybe tinarget lang talaga natin sila. How many from those leads na nag-download? If you just want users, hindi naman natin kailangan na paying, kailangan natin ng certain users of our application, of our platform, kailangan natin na mag-join sila to that certain community. Ilan ang target mo? From those na tinap natin, from those na kinontak natin, ilan yung na-convert to that certain target mo na gusto mo. So this measures the percentage of the visitors who take the desired action such as signing up nga or making a purchase. So it depends. It's not always paying kasi depende sa startup ninyo. What's your goal? You want to onboard 50,000 users in the Philippines. Why not? So you did your certain organic reach. Nag-post kayo ng nag-post. May nag-download ng may nag-download. But the question is, how many from those who downloaded or who signed up will really use the platform, will really use your service or use your product? Hindi pa siya nag-avail, i-use niya lang. So after those, kung gusto nyo ng paying customers, from those certain na gumamit, nag-download, ilan naman yung mako-convert nyo to pay? So that's an addition, another sample of the conversion rate. So anything from point A to point B, result, goal A to result, that ilan yung nag-convert, that is your conversion rate. That certain percentage is your conversion rate. So next is, ano yon? Ito yung isa sa pinaka-important on how are we going to know what's happening with the product. This is the voice of the customers. So the voice of the customers is, we can get those details from a Net Promoter Score. So a Net Promoter Score, if you are capable of doing these surveys, you can try it like kahit na nag-inquire lang siya, you can send it out. Saan ba ninyo nalaman? Paano ninyo nalaman? A certain sample here is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you likely to recommend the product to a friend or a colleague or a family? So that is how you set or you check the customer's feedback. But initially, this is how you're going to gauge, magtatagal ba tong customer na ito sa akin or hindi? Or bukas mag-churn na siya? So later we go to the churn. So sales growth rate, ano naman yun? Ito na yung kanina sinasabi ko na if you want a certain number of downloads to convert to paying. So for example, in 1 month, meron akong 1,000 downloads. pero gusto ko 2% of this mag-convert. Pero nakita mo na consistent siya, so it indicates na ma-positive yung growth ng startup natin. Kasi tuloy-tuloy, okay, nag-target ako 2%, the following month nag-4%, kaya pala namin. Why should I not try to make it 10% kaya? Tapos nung naging 10% siya, uy, na-hit, 'di ba? You are now satisfying na, you are now proving that the certain traction na mayroon kasing demand talaga yung ginagawa namin. There is someone who really needs this certain solution, and I will be continue to grow or to continue to update this product to continue helping them or reaching out to them. And this promotes, this also results in my sales grade as sales growth. So ibig sabihin, magiging sustainable yung aking startup. So we also have to check ano na yung market share natin. Once we penetrate or once we have the traction na, we have to check na ano na yung nagiging market share natin. It also depends on the certain target market or that certain industry that you are targeting. So for example, with us, of course, there are a lot of players now. There are international also present in the Philippines. Mahirap na mahirap yung competition, but securing that certain 10% of what we need, what we targeted, ilang percent na ba kami? We've already penetrated like about 25%, but hindi yun yung paying. That is the initial goal of how many users, ilan talaga yung magda-download or mag-use ng platform namin. But within regards to the paying, we've already secured yung target namin na 2 to 5%. But we're continued eyeing into growing it, yung extending pa talaga yung sales growth namin for it to be more attractive to the future investors and yun, yung mga future investors natin or possible partners, di ba? So that will also create yung inyong that will justify na you are really relevant. It will always go back to that. And ito na yon, yung fund and investment. So you have to track also funding and investment metrics. This is crucial for startups who seeking growth, and metrics such as burn rate and runway. So burn rate is what you spend monthly versus yung inyong possible income. So it's not always you should always check. If you want lang na talaga number of users, ganyan, where are you going to secure naman ng income or revenue? Paano naman yon? So you have to check on that. And runway. Runway is like, for example, okay, I am a startup. Meron akong 500K. Until when ako masusupport nung 500K? So that's your runway. That's that's what you have to check. Or should I put in more investment and then yun, so ikaw lang mag-isa, di ba? It's like na-bootstrap mo siya, ikaw lang. And then once you need that, like for example, okay, for example naman ako ay mag-invest sa isang startup ninyo, sasabihin natin, okay, I will be putting in 1 million in your startup. Until when ito, not just for the ROI, until when ba ito ma-maximize, ma-utilize yung bibigay natin sa inyo? Because you told us, okay, for angel investments, sometimes they don't need, actually, they don't really ask for ano ba yung result. But when and where are you going to use this certain investment? Di ba? Or the grant, that certain grant. Paano mo siya gagamitin? Saan mo siya gagamitin? How long are you going to use this? Because if I'm going to give you 1 million and then you're going to spend that 1 month without justifying ano ba yung use, ano ba yung mag-i-improve, ano ba yung mangyayari. Would this help within regards to the development or enhancement of your product? Then good. If you're going to buy an equipment, for what? What's the result after this, after buying that certain equipment? So you have to check on that and provide those certain mga metrics na bibigay natin para sa investors. And kung sino man yung nagbibigay ng mga grants. Ayan. So maybe I just forgot the churn rate. But initially, the churn rate is how many users that you have, tapos ilan yung nawala na hindi na sila nag-retain, you have to do the NPS login, Net Promoter Score, for you to know. And then the churn rate goes after. Ito yung mga total na nag-avail for 1 month. Ilan yung hindi na nagtuloy for the following month. So that's your churn rate. Ilan yung mga hindi na nagtuloy. Ayun. So thank you very much. I'll just expand this and check. Ayun. Questions or anything? I'll check the, there's. Okay. So any questions po? We're very willing to share. Na mabilis po ba or ano po ba ang nangyari? Okay lang po sa inyo? Ayan. Yes po, from AgriLoop, Roy.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. Klaro po ba?
Yes, clear naman.
Okay po. Kasi po sa amin, simple lang po ang aming sistema. Kasi we are on the food distribution, food processing or manufacturing, a small scale. We are just starting. We have not yet even launched our business or our enterprise, but we are working on it, especially for the requirements, regulatory requirements. We are working for that. And with this business that we are aiming for, simple lang po ang aming proseso. We plan to use different channels of promotion and distribution. First, we are aiming to, kasi yung aming produkto, yun po yung solusyon or nakikita namin solusyon sa problema ng DepEd. Kasi doon po sa aming nakita, marami pong mga malnourished na school children dahil po sa kahiligan nila ng junk foods. With that, mayroon nga memorandum order yata yung DepEd in 2017 prohibiting the distribution of junk foods and carbonated drinks. So yung aming produkto po ay gawa po sa mga gulay. It is a junk food-like product pero gawa po siya sa gulay. So yun pong aming yung aming produkto po, unang-una, dito lang po sa aming community, marami naman pong DepEd schools. So yun po ang uunahin namin. So plano namin, isa-isahin po namin yung mga school heads and school contents para sa negotiation. First po, magbibigay kami ng mga sample products. Second round ay mag-distribute kami po sa for marketing or for selling. Pangalawa po, pwede po namin gamitin yung social media para sa promotion. Para po mas maabot namin yung karamihan. Kasi yung aming produkto po ay maliban sa, kasi yung primary target namin yung mga parents ng mga school children. Pangalawa po yung mga estudyante talaga, kasi may mga estudyante naman tayong mga responsible na. High school and college could be our market, even the employees. So yun po, ang tanong ko lang po, mayroon pa bang mas epektibong paraan para ma-reach namin yung aming mga clients or prospective clients maliban po sa personal contacts and yung sa social media po natin? Ano pong ma-suggest niyo?
Yes, ayan. So number 1 po, thank you for that. Yung atin po, number 1, yung mga na-share ninyo is lahat yan may cost. Magbibigay kayo ng free na sample. May cost po yan kasi ipoproduction nyo siya. Mag-a-ads po kayo, advertisement on Facebook or any platform, social media platform, may ads din po yan. So, isa po siguro sa isang maganda dyan is tama yun, mag-reach out po kayo sa mga departments, sa department po mismo. Like for example, nasabi ninyo sa DepEd, you can create a certain letter, a proposal to DepEd that DepEd, we already have the solution with your problem. But you help us, you give us that certain list. Pwede ho kayo mag-email, number 1, saan po? Sa guidance counselor. Hindi naman po yan direkto sa canteen kasi ang canteen minsan concessionaire nila, hindi yan mismong eskwelahan. kahit ho sa public school na iba, minsan mayroong mga humahalo na teacher ang nagtitinda, hindi mismong eskwelahan ang nagpo-provide. So po pwede ho kayo na mag-send out ng letter specifically to the school. Kasi kung meron ho yan na approval, syempre ang school. Number one po, pag nagkukuha tayo ng metrics natin or ng kung sino yung gusto nating kausapin, is the decision maker. Hindi man yung owner, but the next possible decision maker. Or sino bang may hawak ng programa na yan. Kasi sila ang po pwedeng tumulong o sila ang po pwedeng mag-justify na okay, nagustuhan ko itong produkto ni Mr. Roy. Ito ang aming ipopropose ngayon sa principal. Na principal, mayroong magandang offer si Mr. Roy. Bakit hindi itong product na ito ang ipamigay natin o ilagay natin sa ating kantin? So letters to the guidance counselors, or you go directly to the DepEd, the regional DepEd. You give your business proposal to them. Mas mataas po o mas malaki ang pinangahawakan ng lalapitan ninyo. Para kung familiar naman kayo sa franchise, kung franchising ang inyong kinausap, yung mga branch, hindi nyo na kailangan puntahan. Hindi nyo na kailangan isa-isahin ang mga eskwelahan. Kung mismong DepEd Regional Director ang inyong makakausap or the assistant or kung sino man na naghahawak ng food and nutrition ng DepEd, ng department ng DepEd. Your initial proposal can be declined, yes. So ano yung next step natin? You reach out to those doon sa mga teachers, doon sa mga yun yung guidance counselor, or kung meron man silang health teacher doon na pwedeng, kung sino ho yung talagang sa tingin niyo may hawak ng proyekto para dyan sa health and nutrition ng mga bata na nag-handle dyan sa kantin po pwede. Kasi baka property custodian or ano yung department talaga na humahawak niyan, sa kanila ho kayo mag-address ng proposal ninyo. Because yung alam na ho natin yan in the market of dito sa Philippines sa atin, always talaga yan may sample. 'Di ba? Kahit saan ka magpunta, minsan bagong employee natin pinasasample natin kahit kumanta, sumayaw, sample pa rin ang hihingin, hindi man produkto pero sample pa rin. So, yan ho ay hindi natin matatanggal, but you have to check magkano ba talaga. You have to limit it. Ilagay ho ninyo, okay, sa loob ng 2025, ang possible na product testing natin na amount or cost ay hanggang 20,000 lang. Pag lumagpas na tayo sa 20,000, tama na ho yun. Kasi baka doon tayo maubos, doon tayo masyadong maglagay ng cost sa sample product natin. And also, if ever possible, yung mga parents, tama rin ho yun, no? But, number one kasi, hindi naman ibibigay sa atin ng teachers o ng eskwelahan kung sino ba yung mga magulang na nandun. But majority of yung nasa social media is mga parents. Ang isa po na maganda, ang suggestion ko ho dyan is you just get at least one teacher. Kung may kilala ho kayong isang teacher, yun ho, videohan nyo siya, picturean nyo siya, magpaalam ho kayo. Yan ang gagawin nyo siyang posting. Gawin nyo siya sa Facebook Reels, wala hong bayad yun. At ipa-follow at ipa-share ninyo sa mga kakilala nyo. The more organic, the more cost efficient ho siya. Ang Reels ngayon ng Facebook ay napakabilis umandar. Lahat ng tao nakikita yan. Isa pa ho, ano po yung isang platform na wala hong bayad? Mag-live ho kayo. Kung hindi po kayo mismo, mayroon kayo sa isang team na okay, we are promoting, this is the best product to support good health and nutrition sa ating mga kids. Okay, ano ba to? So you give them, hindi lang ho always product selling ang lumalabas. Pwede ho kayong maging platform or sharing. Bakit ba importante itong product namin? Number one, ano yung mga benefits? Pwedeng i-share nyo nang i-share. Alam nyo ba na ang mga estudyante is always lacking on protein? Or hindi kumakain talaga ng gulay ang mga karamihan ng estudyante natin. Bakit hindi ho kayo gumawa ng reels na pwede ninyong i-post? Libre ho yun. Pag ito ay nag-viral, tapos ang usapan. Kayo na ang hahanapin ni DepEd. Kayo na ang tatanungin niya, bakit may ganito palang product hindi natin alam? Pero before you do that, kasi baka po maging retail siya, iwasan ho natin na pumunta po siya doon. The most feasible ones is mag-business to business ho kayo or business to the department. Sila ang customer ninyo, yes. But they will be the ones who's going to order in bulk. So the larger the order, mas madali, mas mabilis ho ang growth. So yan ho yung isang number one. And ang also iisipin ho natin, how are we going to innovate that in the future? For example, na on board na ho kayo ni DepEd. Ano pa ho yung next product na ilalabas natin? Ano po yan? Veggie chips ba siya? Or ano ba siya? Ano susunod natin? Baka pwede kayo mag-beverage ng mga veggie juice pero hindi siya masama ang lasa, matamis din siya. Gugustuhin talaga ng mga bata. And speaking of bata, pag sinabi ho natin na kahit ho isang buong eskwelahan yan, we still have to check kung sino ba ang capable. Ano ho yun? Ilagay ho natin sa kantin, libre ba ho yan o bibilhin? Sino ba ang may baon? So that's additional to your demographics. Nandoon ho yan sa customer profile. So sa customer profile, yes, ibipunta natin sa school. But si school ba ay kikita dyan? O ipapamigay ba nila yan sa mga bata? So the additional customer profile is, isasama ko ba sa customer profile? Kunyari ang eskwelahan niya ay mayroong 2,000 na kinder. Pwedeng bumili ang magulang, pero sino ang mas matagal sa eskwelahan? Siyempre yung bata. So may pambili ba yung bata? Wala. Baka 5 hanggang grade 5 hanggang high school, yan ang magiging market natin. The lower na is hindi. If gagawin nilang kapalit yan, di ba ho dati may Nutriban? Kung yan ang gagamitin nila, the DepEd ho ang bibili sa inyo, sila na ho ang bahala doon sa susunod na demographics. Ayun ho siya. Nasagot ko po ba yung inyong question, Mr. Roy? Nakamute ho kayo. Ayan,
So,
okay na po.
thank you very much po, ma'am.
Yes po, next po. Any question? Yes po, trabaho, AI, Han. Hello.
Hello, good morning. Follow-up ko lang yung question ni Sir Roy, ma'am. For us, for subscription-based na mga models, you have mentioned a while ago, you were able to cater nationwide, no, through distribution partners.
Yes.
For us, subscription-based, what other strategies do you have for us in terms of expanding nationwide?
Yes. Okay, thank you, Han. Ang question ko, Han, is subscription-based siya. What comes with your product ba? Does it require a hardware? Does it require, or kailangan i-download lang nila, or web-based ba ito?
It's both web-based and application.
So they can use
So-
it on their mobile phones directly.
Yeah, for applicants, yeah.
Yes, okay. So right now, are you doing advertisements?
Yeah, that's advertisement is one of the things that we would like to do. But other than those things, what should we consider?
Yes, yes. So maybe we can be on the same journey. So doing the distributorship on the deeper site or vision for the distributorship is we have to know ano ba yun that certain business solution that you have is ano ba yung kinikater niya. Then you look for the certain partners. That possible partner can be certainly your reseller or distributor. Sa Kahiro kasi, a distributor should avail the subscriptions right away. Then sila na bahala mag-dispose niyan. So, for Kahiro's side, it is already a closed sale. Kasi si distributor na yun. For them to be a distributor, they have to pay. But for the resellers, we don't require them to pay. They will just support on doing the promotions for Kahiro. And then they do markup. Or you can do commissions. It depends on you on how do you want that certain resellership or distributorship na platform ninyo, papaano siya on the sense of how the resellers will profit or will gain revenue. So it is you helping also the resellers or the distributors gain ng revenue sa kanilang side. Because if hindi sila kikita, they will not definitely promote. So if walang magbe-benefit sa kanila, they will not definitely promote.
So
If for
basically-
example, yes.
So basically,
Yes,
your
sige, continue.
distribution partners are your clients. already your clients.
Yes, number one, they are first our users because they can justify what is their experience within regards to the product. And then the other distributors are the hardware sellers. Since a POS needs a device to come with it or for them to use it, pwede naman din cellphone. Since it's an application, downloadable application, pwede rin siya sa mobile phone. But of course, some of the SMEs wanted to be presentable. So they need a device, they need like certain printers, ganyan. So we partnered or we created those who sell the devices as the distributor. Kasama na yon, package na yon sa binibenta nila. Once they sell the device, kasama na yung system.
Okay.
Yon. Tapos, yes. And majority of those distributors or resellers of the devices, majority of them, they only sell the free versions of the other applications available in the market. But once their clients needs a BIR accredited POS, that's when Kahiro comes in. But they are the ones who push their clients na, oh, I think you need na the BIR ones because you do this and you do that, and then ito na yung mga customers mo, and then you do the loyalty program. I think you really need the BIR one. So sila na rin talaga yung nag-upsell for Kahiro. So you can do that as well. And you always have to check, since this is subscription based, what are you can onboard, yes. Paano ang refund? Paano yung security mo on the side of refund? What are you going to ask your clients or your users to sign? So, number one, don't make any friction within regards to that. You can onboard them, yes. Pero okay lang ba sa'yo? Like, for example, ngayon, mag-avail sa'yo, may 50, tomorrow may gusto isa mag-refund right away. So, what's your security on that side? Pag galing sa distributor, it's not the problem, it's not your problem anymore. It's the distributor's problem. So, isa pa yon, no? On legal side, hindi na ikaw yung problema. So, there is a lot that you can save within regards to onboarding distributors or resellers because it is not your main liability. But hindi naman yan yung pagpasa ng liability. It's just your security. Since this is subscription that they can download anytime, they can pay anytime. What is initially your product, Han?
It's a AI technology for for job seekers and businesses that needs human resource. ATS or applicant tracking systems.
Yes. Okay, so basically it's the same client base or market base as Kahiro, the SMEs that needs to onboard employees, right? Yes, and so yan siya, pwede siya, you can partner with those like agencies. Sila na yung magbibigay sa iyo, sila na yung magsasabi sa iyo na, oh, ito may mga naghahanap ng hiring, so maybe they can use your platform. But they are also your user. So they can track, sila yung mag-usap. Si user nila, and then si agency, you can partner with them. Or agencies ba yung, ano ba yung talagang target market mo?
Our initial target market is the manpower agencies. So
Okay.
Basically we're talking about overseas Filipino workers. They try to deploy workers outside the country. So that's the initial target. But later on we will try to move on.
Okay. Ayun, that's really nice. Since they can also see, magandang niche yun kasi marami yan sila na manual pa or they're just doing Excel, kung sino yun. Tapos maglalagay sila ng maraming files, ilalagay sa Google Drive. Pag mali ang file name, hindi na nila makikita. Yung CV, yung mga ganyan. So, yeah, that's a really good product also.
So with regards to the LTV naman, it's a forecast, no? So we try to calculate it before our actual transactions. So the lifetime value na
Yes, the lifetime value, mas maganda or mas accurate yung makukuha mo na result for that certain percentage if doon na sa user base manggagaling. How long talaga sila usually tumatagal? Because I will be sharing also the computation or the formula for that. From the acquisition ninyo, number of acquisition, and then how long did they stay based on the subscription. Kasi we cannot say that kung 1 year ba yung subscription mo, 1 year lang ba siya magtatagal? No. It depends on yung mga nag-renew talaga.
Mm. And also, last question na lang, would you be able to share your conversion key metrics with what are your
Sorry,
metrics in
again?
terms of conversion rate?
Okay. For the conversion rate, number 1 is we do the sales conversion rate because majority is yun nandoon sa sales team namin. So sales conversion rate is ilan yung number of demos nila since we wanted users namin to book. So number 1 conversion rate is the sales conversion rate. Number 2 is the number of downloads to paying. Ilan yung nag-download or ilan yung yung nag-download and then eventually they paid. So from free users to paying users sila. Kasi we have 7 days free trial. So from those nag-trial, ilan talaga yung nag-pay. So those are the 2 conversion rates that we have right now.
Okay, thank you.
The most critical ones. Yes, thank you.
One question, Ma'am Christian. This is
Yes,
Mark.
hello
from-
Mark.
Yes, this is Mark from Food Basket. Our products is about kaning ang Food Basket is mahimo siyang avenue sa mga farmers, particularly we are started here in Bukidnon. So since we are talking about volume of crops, Ma'am Christian, and we are planning na instead na ibagsak doon sa Bulwa sa Cagayan de Oro. So we are planning na dito ilagay ang food terminal sa Impasugpong or sa Sumilaw. So dito ibagsak ang mga product. Now, my question is that mag-create kasi kami ng mga paano namin masolusyonan kung ang distribution. Isa sa mga naisip na ko is magtayo kami ng distribution hub for every town and cities. So my question, Ma'am Christian, is paano po ang standard or the best approach or negotiation sa mga, let's say, sa distributor?
Okay. So number 1 is ikaw yung magtatayo ng distributor or are you going to invite people from that certain areas to be your distributor?
Pwede kung merong mag-accept na sila yung mag-distribute, mas maayo. Pero kung wala, for starting, talagang
Kayo lang muna.
mag-cost talaga siya ng investment.
Okay. So first is, thank you for that. No, number 1, distributorship is not easy. Kasi there are a lot of legal things or you have to be open with what are those na mga legalities that you have to check because you have to secure your side and then the distributor side. So number 1, if you're going to put up your own hub, syempre it will cost so much, no, kung lahat. Siguro better, are you familiar with those groups and communities in the social media platform?
Hindi pa ako nag-open
Yan.
sa groups sa social
Okay.
media.
So you know what happened during the pandemic, 'di ba? Merong mga nagtatayo ng kanilang mga community pantry na sila-sila lang. Then doon na nag-usbong yung mga iba-ibang klase ng resellers. So number 1 siguro what I can suggest is don't put up your own na hub because that will cost so much. Mahirap. Number 1 is, yes, we know that crops are good, but it is perishable. How long is it going to stay there if you cannot secure that certain number of resellers na kahit na may hub ka doon for the distribution hub, sino pa rin ang bibili sa'yo? You always have to think in the larger picture, in bulk. So number 1, meron kang dyan sa area ninyo na malapit, yun talaga yung bagsakan ninyo. So nandoon yung bagsakan ninyo. the logistics will be number one problem. Papaano siya madadala doon? So, you can do like a scheduling. Okay, a food basket will be available on this certain area. You can do mobile, hindi lang on one side, on one area. You can possibly do para kang food truck na nag-iiba-iba ka ng location every time. Because from that certain events na gagawin mo or that certain point-to-point na gagawin mo, you can gain, meron at meron dyan mag-a-ask, what if I'll buy wholesale and then I want to resell it? Tao ang lalapit sa'yo. If you can give them a good deal, but don't sacrifice, syempre, the cost and the profits or the certain revenue. Sometimes you want, syempre, it's crops. Hindi naman yan like for a month, ganun. It depends. I'm not really on the side of the agricultural products, but we know it's perishable. So, we have to move fast. You have to distribute fast always. So, yun nga, number one is, if you can do it, na kunyari every weekends nandito kami, you plan your points, you plan your areas where you want to be visible. Diyan ka muna sa malapit. Is it really hard to bring those or madali lang ba siyang dalhin?
Yes po ma'am. Isa sa na-observe ko ma'am, yung kalaban namin is that yung mga marketplace doon, kasi may crab mentality ba na bakit ka nandito, pumunta ka dito sa amin na kami yung naka-register para merong boundaries ba. Kung
Okay. But
mag-display ako doon, initan ba? Silusan.
so, ganito, you don't worry of wag kang pupunta doon sa lugar na yon. Maybe there's a plaza that you can ask. Alam mo dito kasi sa may sa Laguna for example. City Hall and then simbahan tapos sa gitna may plaza. Ang ginagawa ng mga tao doon, every Sunday lang may market doon kasi tapos nandoon ang area ng palengke, nandoon ang area ng market talaga. But they put something on that certain plaza kasi nandoon ang tao ng Sunday. So,
Okay.
parang you are the ones who's going to tell people na, hoy, puntahan niyo ako dito, nandito ako. Hindi ka kailangan pumunta doon sa sabayan mo yung palengke. Wag yun, kasi yun nga, aawayin ka nila or papaalisin ka nila doon. So, you have to put, ang palengke ba is that, ang palengke is may certain area din yan na ito sila lang ang malalapit. Why not go to that certain area na may maraming gustong pumunta sa palengke na yun, but hindi ka sila makapunta? Diba? So, you have to check your geographical na possibility kung saan ka po pwede. Yes, because you make your presence, you are the ones who's going to say na, hey, food basket is here. Kailangan, everybody needs food. So, food basket is here. Ano ang price difference mo within regards to the market? If it's close enough, then very good. If it's lower, then mas good. If you want to onboard resellers, ilalagay mo doon sa event that you're going to make. Yung event mo, don't do ads yet. If wala pa talaga, you go on the groups. Pasok ka doon sa groups. Ilagay mo doon sa groups. You go to Facebook and there is groups there na sasabihin doon na looking for ganito. Looking for example, ano ba yan? Mga bazaar, ganyan, or something like events. And then you put it there. You join their barangay community group. Kahit hindi ka taga doon, i-join ka doon sa barangay community group and then you promote your event. Magpaalam ka doon sa admin. Okay, admin, I will be catering your barangay for this certain period for February 1 and 2. I will be offering this and that product. Paano magbe-benefit si barangay? You can tell them, okay, barangay, let's partner. Kasi kailangan yan lagi may what you call that, you have to please them, you have to approach them. Not please as in please na parang makikisama ka lang sa kanila na, okay, barangay, if you want this, let's make this your project as well. Reaching out to your certain community, why not? And then, it comes across with the different barangays as well. Ikaw na ilalapit sa kanila. You know what SM did? SM did place, alam mo, a small downtown what they called it, yung small SM nila, pero sa tabi ng palengke, it really hurts the local market. But people wanted to buy there because naka-aircon sila. A little benefit, a little change, or a little difference, yun yung isa sa value proposition. What makes you different to that palengke? Kasi ako malapit ako sa inyo, ako na yung lumapit sa inyo pero halos the same price kami. Why are not they going to buy from you? Ikaw na yung lumapit sa kanila, binigay mo na, di ba? kaysa mamasahe sila, yung dagdag niyang 50 pesos or 20 pesos, ibili pa niya ng gulay sa iyo. Kasi malapit ka na sa kanila. And then, you ask the barangay, you do the certain na mga, if you need permits, ganyan, maybe they will ask for 100, but you will be present there. Tapos, yung mga nasa lugar na yan, impossible naman na walang pumupunta sa mga ibang lugar na, ay, Sir Mark, pwede ba akong mag-resell sa'yo? You can also put there, open for resellers. You just come into our booth and then let's talk. Diba? It's part of the marketing now on how are you going to approach them or ano talaga yung gagawin yung hook. Diba? So, big profit, ganyan, something. But putting up, so yun, like nga si SM mismo, yan ang ginawa niya. Siya ang lumapit sa tao. Hindi niya inantay na yung tao pa ang lalapit sa kanya. Like SM North. Pag SM North mo, paglipat mo naman ng kabilang side, may SM na naman. May SM supermarket na supermarket lang, di ba? So, it's the same thing. Distributorship is one on the side of the resellers or on the side of the distributors. Since you know na meron na talagang market doon, why not check on those certain markets? Sino ba yung nagsastruggle sa supply? Pwede mo rin silang gawing distributor mo. There are big players inside the markets. Mayroon at meron yan, yung namumuhunan, nagpapautang. Kung ayaw nila magpautang ng pera, pwede nilang ipautang yung gulay mo. Pero sa'yo sila kukuha. So you have to check that certain circle or community sa loob ng market na you also check, magkano ba yung ganito nyo ngayon? Because that's fluctuating every day, di ba? Yung product ninyo. Because of the
Tama po.
demand and the supply. So you have to check on those details. So, for example, number 1 in your leads, in your target, ilan bang gusto mong reseller? Ilan bang gusto mong distributor? And how long are you going to do the caravan? Kasi darating ang time that you're going to stop that caravan. Kasi it adds cost to you. Magagas ka, papunta doon, papunta doon. If ever that you're going to stay on your place, tapos sila na yung lalapit sa'yo, or you're gonna have a certain process, katulad ng diniscuss natin kanina, you have to check on your process, you have to innovate your process from the ordering to the distributions. Papaano yan? Ano yung logistics na kailangan mo? And then after that, the growth or your revenue will follow. Hindi na yan siya titigil because the easiest or the most visible way that we can share with you is the distributorship itself. That will fast track everything on your side within regards to to selling. Kasi B2C, that will be really not feasible or not scalable because yung sa type of your product, medyo mahihirapan ka if pa isa-isang kilo yung bibilhin nila. Until when are you going to stay there to finish all of your inventory? Yan. So I hope I shared a feasible answer to your question.
Tama po, tama.
Yes.
Salamat sa insight,
You
Ma'am
check,
Christian.
you check po yan ha. You go to Facebook, you go to the communities, you check restaurant owners group, marami yan. You can sell your products there. Marami yan, yung mga groups inside the Facebook. I don't know lang with TikTok, but Facebook community is really good. So, marami kang makikita dyan and makikilala for your distributorship.
Sige, salamat Ma'am Christian kasi recently yung kaibigan ko nagbenta ng sayote, 1.5 yung one sack. Ngayon 200 pesos na lang yung kuha doon sa Bulwa. Sayote.
Yeah, so you have to check that. You have to put that doon. Titingnan mo ano yung gusto mo talagang profit margin. Kasi kung magpa-profit margin ka na para kang nagbebenta as retail, hindi ka pupuntahan ng distributor. So, ang assignment mo siguro for yourself would be, you create, ano ba yung possible distributor's price or reseller's price? Si distributor mo, pwede siya magkaroon ng sarili niyang reseller. So, si distributor is the one who lends sa market. Pwede yan. Or, meron isang tao from your area na kayang tumawid papuntang CDO, for example, na siya ang magdala ng product mo doon, siya ang main distributor mo, and then siya na main distributor mo, may sarili siyang resellers. So what are those feasible prices that you can give them? Kasi if yun nga, number 1, balik tayo, if they won't benefit, they won't initially upsell your product. Hindi nila yan ibebenta.
Correct. Salamat,
Yes.
Ma'am Chris.
Thank you rin po.
Okay, meron ka bang magko-question kang ma'am? Meron pa. Calling once, twice. Sold out. Akala ko ano to. So before tayo give non-certificate kang ma'am, I would like to request everyone to please turn on your cameras so that I can make a quick snap sa ating learning session today. Let's see, we want to see your beautiful faces po. Good morning, everyone. Okay. I'm waiting for, I think Sir Ben doesn't have a camera. And also Sir Bimbo is here. So, okay. In my cue, 3, 2, 1, smile everyone. Okay, thank you so much. You cannot turn off maybe yung ano po. So ma'am, is my screen visible po? Like to ask. Okay, so allow me to, with regards sa lahat ng sinabi niyo ma'am, I believe po kasi yung sa Kahero na side, every booth po talaga ng event ng CDO Bites, one thing, event ng mga CDO Bites or any event dito sa Cagayan, sumasali talaga kayo and even in other places para talaga malaman yung Kahero. And then, yun yung talagang nakaboost. I think, one thing, yes, Sir Bimbo. You have any, ano po, Sir Bim?
Yeah, more of a follow-up lang for Team Kahero. We were initially doing some partnership negotiation with Misamis Oriental. Maybe we can follow through on that one. Nagulat lang ang ano for you guys.
Yes, Sir Bimbo, thank you po. I will just ask Miss Mel to go to your office. I think they're there. Further check sa ano po. We're going to message you later.
Yeah, malapit lang si Kahero is actually using our facility dito sa CDO Bites. So yes, so allow me to present the certificate of appreciation to Ma'am Christine Valerie B. Reyes for imparting the value insights and experience as a resource speaker during the Far Starter Learning Session 6, Traction and Matrix under CDO Bites Far Starter Incubation Program, held via Zoom on January 24, 2025 from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. So, given this 24th day of January 2025 at USTP Cagayan de Oro City, signed by Dr. French Maverick Lorilla, RTVI Manager, Engineer Alex Morial, the Vice Chancellor of Research and Innovation, and Attorney Dionel O. Albina, the Chancellor of USTP. So, ma'am, thank you so much for this, for accepting us to share your insights sa ating mga incubatees, and thank you din po for answering their questions. Yun lang po for today's, we'll send the certificate. Then po, thank you so much, ma'am. And incubatees, please don't leave pa kasi, ma'am, Valerie has a deliverable na sinend sa amin and I'm gonna instruct you how to access it. So thank you so much, Ma'am Val. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Just message us anytime. Can reach us at our Facebook page. So if you want to message us, or you can email me if you have questions. Thank you.
Okay. So, a quick reminder lang po, again and again, all teams is in phase of the program for 18 weeks. Attendance for the incubation orientation for at least 2 members. Pero mas better din yung lahat para malaman din nila what's the process ng learning session, and then hindi na kayo mag-explain. So, and then during the incubation program, you're required to join the learning session every Friday and mentoring every with an expert thrice a month. So yeah, so deliverables first week 6 is nandun na po sa iyong Padlet. If you have if you want to ask the link for your Padlets, just PM me. Just mention me doon lang sa sa GC para po I can provide the link sa inyong Padlet. So the instructions and the examples na sinend ni Ma'am Val, nandun na po sa Padlet nyo, accessible na po yun. And then the deadline for this one is, and also for week 5, since maraming nag-ask for an extension sa week 5 nga deliverables, which is the katong video record na ni-ask ni Sir Carl Fajardo. It will be on the 29th since hindi po tayo magme-mentoring sa 29th kasi it's a holiday. So the deadline po for week 5 and week 6 is on 29th, 12 noon. And then failure to submit it kasi we are actually watch out na namin kasi some of the incubators didn't send any of the deliverables, which is unfair to other incubators na nagsisend on time. So meron po possibility if you will not send your deliverables, meron po possible na makikick out po kayo even if you're joining the incubation, you're joining the learning session and the mentoring. One thing din po yan na nilook out namin is your outputs. Okay? Because it's a one thing na madadala ninyo after the incubation kasi. Yes. So it's for your own good. So yeah, for the mentoring session announcement, February 5, if some of you naka-schedule na, meron din tayong Zoom na provide, and maybe check na lang your calendars. So the demo day will be on April 4, 2025. Learning session next is on the 31, sa Friday next po, which is entrepreneurial accounting and financial management. And also I want to announce din po all your mentoring session recording is nandun na din po sa Padlet ninyo. So if ever na nakalimutan ninyo what's did you discuss or what's the mga assignments ni mentor, doon na lang din po kayo mag-go sa Padlet because it's accessible. And then yung Padlet lang yung may link. In-upload ko siya sa YouTube but it's not accessible to everyone. Kung sino lang yung may link for the mentoring, sila lang yung makaka-open. Okay? So doon lang po maka-access sa Padlet. And yeah, and a quick reminder din po sa sa feedback form for SparkTrack. Pa-feedback na lang din po for all the all the speakers na handle ni na agian ninyo doon sa face-to-face natin nga SparkTrack. So we need it for documentation purposes. Yeah. So none so far. No more questions for the deliverables. If you have clarifications or not, pa-thumbs up na rin po if wala. Okay, so
Thank you, everyone.
Yes, Sir Bim? You have any questions, Sir Bim?
Wala, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you on the 31st, Friday, for another learning session. Thank you and have a great day, weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.